My light is fading away. Okay. Please don't. Uko na cable number? Iko? Yangu hiyo. This until electricity. Hey.
Doctor.
Yeah.
And it would go and be connect. No, not at you.
Mpaka electricity ndio bwana. So in short, mine is better. How do I put it on?
Click hapo kwa hiyo kitu mali inawaka hapo chini. Tambusha, please do not do that. We go to buy me.
Okay.
Tambusha.
Bwana niongoza. Tuambie boyfriend akumbia ingine. Hapa mjana. Kama si boyfriend. How y'all doing tonight? How's everybody doing tonight? Let me know if y'all can see me. Welcome to the live. Oh. And then when I pushed in, and then John says, I love you, baby. How you doing? How you doing? Welcome to the live. You know, John, you're very mysterious. Are you a gent or a lady in the chat? Are you a gent or a lady? Because every day you've been telling me I love you, baby. Perhaps I might look similar to your son or your brother. Let me know. How you doing? Let me know. Are you a gent or a lady? Let me know in the chat. You know, you can't tell someone you love them. You gotta show them you love them. Love is a verb. Let me know how you're doing tonight. Like the live, guys. I'm gonna jump off. Pedro says hello. How are you doing, Pedro? It's been a while, bro. Pedro too says I'm Catalonia X. How you doing, Catalonia? It's been a while. Pedro says good. All right, all right. How is the weather there in Palestine? I don't know if I'm right. Palestine. My phone is 1%. Pedro says I'm from Jordan. Yeah, Jordan. Sorry. The cool guy says I subscribed. Thanks for the live. Like the live now. Pedro says, and you. I'm grateful to God, you know. It's been a wonderful day. The day is now ending. The cool guy says I subscribe. All right. Pedro says the weather is cold. Also here, the weather is also cold. In the morning is too much terrible. And back in the day, I used to run with my shorts in the morning, but right now, I put on my hood, in the morning. Pedro says, I have a little order. Tell me, what's up? What do you mean, Pedro? What do you mean? What do you mean with that? Pedro says, can you give me supervision? All right, how do you want me to supervise you? How do you want me to direct you? How do you want me to guide you? Let me know what's up. What's going on with you there? What's going on? Is everything all right over there? Pedro says, give me supervision. I'm here, anything, ask me. If I can be of assistance, you can count on it. Pedro says, how old are you? I'm 39. I'm 39 years. I'm 22, bro. I'm 22. I'm 22 years. Pedro says, nah, good, JK. That means joking. I'm 22. How y'all doing tonight? Like the live? What's trending, Pedro? What's trending, guys? What's trending? Like the live? Sub to the channel. Pedro says, nah, joke. Yeah, I was joking a little bit. What are you trying to do? What are you trying to do? What are you trying to do, Pedro? Pedro says nothing. All right. Pedro says, I'll give you some Arab words and you guess. All right, bring it on. Bring it on. Bring it on. I'm up for the challenge. I know some little bit of Arabic, but just a few words, a few phrases. Ashu said, hello, how are you doing, Ashu? Pedro says, Kefhak. Kefhak. Is that some food? I'm hungry over here, I'm starving. Is that some food? Kefhak. SCN says, today social media generation unemployed. Yeah, for sure. We need to be active. We need to think outside the box. Pedro says, guess. All right, I think there is some food over there. Alex75 says good evening. Good evening, Alex. How you doing? The guy from Italy, you know. SUN says social media versus Hollywood. Actually, nowadays, the truth is that streaming is the new Hollywood because there was a study carried out. There was a fashion week, and then the guys from Hollywood in the 1990s they showed up. The streamers, current streamers, they showed up, and then during the applausion, when the Hollywood guys are being recognized, the cheers were limited compared to the streamers. The streamers cheer were all over the place, you know. The place was loud. So streaming is today's Hollywood. Alex75 said hi, welcome to the live, like and sub. Pedro says, I'll give you example. Alright, but my guess kefak means food. Let me know what it is. Let me know what it is. SUN says actors and doctors, very tough job. Okay, I'll say this, nothing is tough, it's just your mindset. Nothing is tough, but for sure. Doctors, I believe they go for 6 years to study. Actors, you need confidence and creativity. Yeah, it's hard. But if you love it, it's simple, you know. There's a saying that if you love what you do, you never work a single day in your entire life. So it depends, you know, on your mentality or your mindset is it. Alex75 says I eat. Alright, bro, enjoy your food, enjoy your food. What's the name of the food over there? Give us the name of the food you enjoying, you know. That's a juice of meat, some grains over there, and a piece of cake. Alright. Pedro says if someone visits another house, what does he say? Oh yeah. Oh, that means then it's like a greeting. Is it good evening or ours? Our greeting here, ours you say it's habari yako. You know, habari yako. That's how we say it. It's Swahili. But Pedro says if someone visits another house, what do they say? Okay, it depends. Others will knock, others will greet. But here, how I was raised is that when you walk into someone's house, you first greet after knocking. That is. But it depends. You see, back in the village, you are welcome in anybody's neighborhood because children are raised by the village. But when you go to the city, children are raised by the parents. So when you walk in, there is a difference on how you handle the situation in terms of greeting and how you enter. John Sion Swiss says love. How you doing? And then Pedro says does. All right. Pedro says, so your guess is good evening. Yeah, for sure. My guess is good evening. John, what's up? What's up? John keeps on saying love. John keeps on saying my baby. Give me some tight, you know. Show me, show me. John, John, let me know where you're watching me from. All right. Pedro says it means how are you? All right, all right. Let me check the spelling. Let me check the spelling again, you know, so I make sure I get it right. Kefhalk. Kefhalk. That means how are you? All right. Excuse me. Today I learned something, you know, in Arabic. Pedro says it means how are you? All right, got it, man. I'm gonna add it to the list of my vocabulary. I'm gonna add it to the list, you know. Every opportunity is a time to learn, you know. I'm interested to know who Jan is. I'm interested to know who Jan is. Because Jan keeps on saying all the right words, saying all the sweet words. Pedro says 8:53. All right, same here. We are in the same time zone. That is Jordan and Africa. Okay, the eastern part of Africa. We are in the same time zone. It's also the same time, 8:53 p.m. Pedro says, I'll give you another word. All right, let me hear it. Drop the word. What do you got for me? Jan says, I'm from Poland, Europa. Okay, I remember now. Pedro says Sabagheri. Stacy, what's the meaning of Sabagheri? The answer of Sabagheri is Aheri. I believe it's good evening. Jan says, I'm from Poland, Europa. That's good. That's beautiful. The answer to Sabagheri is Aheri. Let me know if that is right. The answer is Aheri. Aheri. I'm sure I got that one right. Pedro says, tell me your guess. My guess is good evening, Sabagheri. Pedro says, correct. Okay. One of the languages that we speak here is Swahili. And during the formation of Swahili, some of the origin of Swahili words came from Arab. Some of the Swahili words that we speak from Arab. From history, the guys from the coast interacted with the individuals from Arab. They were traders. So when they came to coast, they interacted and that gave birth to Swahili. So they borrowed some of the words from Arab. That's why Sakheri is one of the words that we use here also. And that's why I was able to know the answer to that. Pedro says correct. Yeah, for sure. Pedro says, okay, gotta go. It's all right. Have a good night over there. I'm about to jump off also. I'm about to jump off this live. Pedro says, I'm going to play a game. When you put it that way, it reminds me of Squid Game. Let me know if you watch Squid Game. It's a series. Squid Game. It's a very famous series, and very memorable. Julia K.E. said hi. How you doing, Julia? Let me know where you're watching me from. Okay, I'm about to jump off this live. That's my contact over there. That's my contact over there. I'm about to jump off this live. Julia KE said just subscribe. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Alright. Pedro says Squid Game is incredible game. I agree with you. I agree with you. Let me know if you watch the whole series. Let me know if you've watched the whole series. Because there's part one, part two, and part three. I'm yet to watch the third part. It's recently released. I'm yet to watch it. But my friends tell me it's interesting. Julia KE says I'm from Nakuru, Kenya. Alright, welcome to the live. How you doing? How is the weather in Nakuru? Pedro says bye bye. Alright, bro. Enjoy your game. Enjoy your game. And then Pedro says I watched part one and two, but three no. Okay, let me know between part one and part two, which one did you like more? Which one made you want to watch or continue these episodes? Which one did you like between one and two? Pedro says Sangu is my favorite character. I also love him. I also love Sangu. He's a very, very generous guy. He's a good guy with standards too. All right. Mugami says, "Hello, bro. What are you doing?" All right, bro. You can see I'm live here. That's what I'm doing. Pedro says part one is better. Yeah, for sure. I agree. Part one is also better and interesting, and also the way it ends in a climax. It brings you into this delusional world of what is gonna happen in part two. All right. Part one is better, and then Pedro says it's more excited. Okay, it's more exciting is the right word to use. It's more exciting. Yeah, for sure. Part one is interesting. Mogami says, "Are you talking about Squid Game?" Yeah, we're talking about Squid Game. Let me know if you watch all the parts. We have part one, part two, and part three. Which one was your favorite from all those series? We have part one, two, three. Part three just got recently released. Which one was your favorite, Mugami? Pedro says, "Nah, my keyboard." All right, bro. I get it. I get it. It's all right. It will be fine. It will be all right. Mugami says, "My character is Ali. He is the best." Remind me. Because the only Ali I remember, let me know if I'm correct. The only Ali I remember is this guy. I believe it's season two. Is it season two? It should be one. It should be one, yeah. During the time while they were playing with marbles, I believe Ali stole the marbles. Is it he stole the marbles of an old guy, and then that old guy he died, and Ali moved on. He was an Indian guy. Let me know. My character is Ali. He's the best. And then Pedro says Sangu betrayed Ali. Yeah. You nailed this, bro. Yeah, Sangu betrayed Ali. He stole the marbles of Ali. Yeah. And I love the part. I love the way Ali acted that character. It's made me very emotional watching that part because Sangu betrayed Ali, and it was a matter of life and death. If you could not have done it, you could be dead. You could have ended up dead. Mugami says, "But I like the policeman to the island to find the island finally." Yeah, for sure. The policeman was very determined. and he was consistent in pursuit of the perpetrators, and he found them in the end. Actually, also that is a life lesson, because on the first time while he was pursuing the guys, when he found out the traces, he was led to a wrong island, and then he didn't give up. He continued his pursuit and search for the island, and he found it in the end. That is life, You try, you fail, you try, you fail, but don't give up. And then Pedro says Sangu is underrated. I didn't see and him. Yeah, for sure. I'll say Sangu is underrated because right now I believe Sangu should get the credit and should have the, how do I put it? Should have the recognition as to be one of the greatest actor in the present day. Sangu is one of the best. Pedro says my keyboard. It will be alright, bro. It will be alright. Which game? Which game are you going to play, Pedro? Which game? Which game? Which game? Which game do you have there in Jordan? Which games are famous among the people from Jordan? Which game? Let me know. Which game do you like and which game are famous over there? Pedro says, I gotta go. I've gotta play a game. There's also another movie which uses the phrase like you need to play the game. Is it? Let me think. Is this movie? It's a franchise actually. It's a franchise. Like all the wrongdoers are dragged, and then they find themselves locked down in a place, in a hidden place, away from the public, and then they are forced to play a very dangerous game. And during the playing, they are forced to admit their mistakes. Any failure to admit even a single mistake, that means if you have any omission of the wrongdoings you've done, that means the game goes against your favor and you go and end up dead. There's a game, I can't, there's a movie which incorporates the game part. I can't remember, but it's a franchise. It's a very famous franchise. Let me know, Pedro, which game you gonna play, man? Which game are you going to play before you go? Which games are famous in Jordan? Alright, guys, I hope you note the number down because I'm gonna remove it from the poll. I don't want to get too many people texting me. hmm Pedro says we don't have any famous games in Jordan. Which okay, let me know which game are you going to play right now? Which game are you going to play? Which game is making you locked in at such a time in the night? It's 8 minutes past 9 p.m. Which game is making you to go away? Let me know which game is that. What's the name of the game? What's the name of the game? Maybe Pedro is gone, I'm about to jump off this live. Like and sub, guys. Like and sub. Roblox. Do you know that game? Roblox. Alright, I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look it up. Roblox. I'm looking it up.
They could describe everything with one single word. You know? Like Buchanan, epic. Tyrell, epic. Bloxburg, epic. Honey, let me tell you. They
I'm struggling to find it.